Welcome to August's Member Spotlight. I am Amanda Lakin, Communications and Outreach Coordinator for the Nevada Housing Coalition, and today I have Michelle Merced with me. Michelle is the CEO, President of Neighborhood Housing Services of Southern Nevada, and she's been a member of the coalition for almost 2 years. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
And hello, Amanda. How are ya?
I'm good. I'm so happy to have you. So to kick us off, can you give us an overview of NHSSN, the programs that you offer, and some of your projects?
Yes, absolutely. So I've been with the organization now for 15 years, half the time that the organization's been around. So we were founded back in 1992 by a group of residents that said, you know what, let's just see if we can form a nonprofit to help families in reaching and achieving their American dream of purchasing a home. So during that time, we then became a partner of Neighborhood Reinvestment Corporation, which is now known as NeighborWorks America. And if you don't know anything about NeighborWorks America is they're awesome, but we are part of 252 other nonprofits throughout our nation that offer services that are centered around housing. We are the first nonprofit here in Las Vegas that offered transitional housing. I know Amanda's going to pull up the Betty Jean. And so the Betty Jean, which was formerly known as Parsons Place, is a 59-unit apartment complex that's located in the downtown corridor. And these are all studio, we call them micro apartments, but studio apartments that, again, are all affordable. Today, we actually do own 160 units. So it's kind of cool that she shows you the Betty Jean, Calcaterra, our homes, North Las Vegas. So Neighborhood Housing Services collectively has over almost 160 units that are scattered throughout the valley. Units that we currently own and manage ourselves. And if you want to go to the next slide, Amanda, we do have two ground up projects. The first one is the Golden Rule. This one right here is going to be 2 phases, a total of 120 units. The first phase is 60 units. These will be affordable units that will be dedicated to our most vulnerable population, which is our senior citizens. So, you know, this first phase should be completed by February of 2023. And then the next ground up project that we have is, well, and this is not a ground up project, but let's talk about this one real quick. This is actually Jefferson. This is our first project in the historic West Side. You know, we're very proud to be partners with the city of Las Vegas, but we are their community building development organization. So we are helping be part of the journey to help revitalize the historic West Side. And if you don't know anything about the historic West Side, I tell all members, learn about the 100 Plan. It's available online, but this is a 6-unit apartment complex this is a very old picture. It's a 6-unit apartment, 1 bedroom, 1 bath that will be dedicated again to low to moderate income individuals or families. It is located in the historic West Side. I call it our Blight to Bright program. And this should be completed actually by the end of this year. And so the next one that we have is North Street. This one is going to be a 3-2, again, ground up in North Las Vegas. I don't want to tell you too much about it, but what I can tell you is the folks that we're working with, it's going to be an innovative, cool house that we're hoping that we can build. And I'm really big on manifesting. So we are going to build this house in a matter of 90 days. And if we can make this, when we make this happen, we're going to replicate it throughout the valley, because as everybody knows right now, even though the prices are dropping and we're all watching the news, the median home price, I think, clocked at $465. So that really does kick out a lot of our families that we serve. And so by building differently, and again, I don't want to say too much about it, build it at a lesser cost, build it faster. When we sell it, it won't be at that shocking $465,000 sticker price. So Again, this is just another initiative that we've got going on, and this house should be ready. I'm again manifesting by the first quarter of 2023. And so on top of all that great stuff, we have what's called a flip forward. Flip forward was actually created back in 2012. This slide right here is kind of cool because it then goes into another line of business that we have, which is our home ownership department. So on top of owning and managing almost 160 units and developing, we really wanted to stick to where we're really good at, which is home ownership, and why the organization started back in 1992, right? The initiative was to create a line to help offset the lack of affordable homes in the Valley. So this slide right here, again, under our home ownership line of business, actually, these pins reflect everybody that we've provided down payment assistance to since 2008. It's very impactful because we've given, or we were part of their journey, or they allowed us, to over 2,500 families throughout the Valley. And then, like I said, these pins reflect who we've helped with down payment assistance, education, pre-purchase counseling. And of this, we've actually purchased homes ourselves, and I call it the Flip Forward program. We acquire, we rehab, and we flip it right back to a low to moderate income family to help really offset some of the lack of affordable stock in the Valley. So again, I love this slide because it really is a telling slide about who we are and what we've done. And then we also offer foreclosure counseling, reverse mortgage counseling, and financial literacy. So lastly, and if you want to go to that cool pic, so lastly, I want to talk a little bit about community building and engagement. This is a subcommittee that was formed again. This is more our feel-good line of business. We do about 6 events a year, and we collaborate with for-profit entities, different nonprofit partners, and it just really is what it is. It's community building and engagement. And so we do 6 events. The last one we had was a pancake breakfast. These are some of our pictures. And I love this pic that you're showcasing because Tiffany Edwards, and you know, she's our chair. She's the one over here with the 2 kids. Those are my kids, believe it or not. She actually we were able to receive a grant, which we're very proud of. So we're taking community building engagement, not just for us adults, but now we are educating our youth. So we just recently got a grant, and we are recruiting young kids to really start them on the path of giving back to the community. I've got 3 kids. I can tell you all my children just kind of know that it's time to go give back. And, you know, the cool thing is when you start that young, they actually now want to get involved. It's like, oh, mom, when's the next event? You know, my 23-year-old son, he's always in it. And so again, I implore if you really want your kids to get involved, I think it's great on their resumes, you know, for college. Our next event coming up is Winter Wonderland 3.0. We partner with the Just One project. And so, like, for example, last year we gave food, we gave a $20 gift card, we gave blankets that were donated by a whole bunch of our partners, and we gave out hams. And so we do all this right before Christmas time to really help give a hand up to our community. So hopefully that gives you the full gambit. And just so you know, we do this with less than 15 people. So a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, how do you guys do all this stuff? I'll be honest, we have no idea. But we do it, you know, we do it with less than 15 people. And then, you know, a big one is, and there's a lot of talk because affordable housing is newsworthy now. I implore everybody to learn about affordable housing. Affordable housing is the start in the beginning for so many working class families. We are the arm. I always tell people we are the arm we are the arm nonprofit for everything that has to do with real estate. We partner with over 30 to 35 local nonprofits in town. You know, I mentioned one, which is the Just One. But for those that are giving back in the community, which we really appreciate, you know, especially with everything that's been happening in the last couple of years, Just know that your donations, your time, your giving, when you ask yourself, like, insert, let's just say one of our great partners, Family Promise. We're big believers on supportive, integrating our services. So we're partners with Family Promise, and Family Promise of Las Vegas focuses on the supportive services side, and then we focus on the housing side. So to each cause, always ask yourself where they're sleeping at night, because that's really what the arm is. That's really what affordable housing is. Not all nonprofits carry real estate. And so when we talk about real estate, you really have to ask yourself, these are really great causes. But I'm a big believer that they couldn't do it if they didn't have a safe, healthy place to lay their head at night. And so I, like I said, I really implore people to get involved, to learn about not just about neighborhood housing services, but about every nonprofit in town.
So if people do want to get involved, would you suggest them just going to your website and looking into the volunteer opportunities that you have available?
Yes. So one of the questions that's come up many times, and yes, definitely go to our website. You can always reach out to me, email me if you want to get involved. We're not hiring for board members right now, but we will be at the end of the year. And then we do have subcommittees, and everything's on our website. So my thing is just go to the website, take a look, ask questions, and then just get involved. I think that's the biggest thing, is just really understand how you can get involved.
Well, and kind of speaking of involvement, you are a member of the Nevada Housing Coalition. So can I ask what brought you to become a member?
Yeah. So, as you can tell, I'm very passionate about housing. And the cool thing about Nevada Housing Coalition is it really does allow a space for us us that love real estate to come together collectively and identify different resources. And the Nevada Housing Coalition allows for me and my peers, even if it not be for housing, to identify and strategically work through solutions, because I'm really big on solutions. We can sit here and gripe about what's happening in the community because it's been tough, right? But if you get involved with the Nevada Housing Coalition, the cool thing is you've got colleagues, you've got peers, not just only in the housing space, but also, again, like I said, integrating services on the supportive services side, the food, how to access so many other things other than just housing, to see how they can all marry together. And so the Nevada Housing Coalition allows us, again, strategically to come up with solutions to help in our community. And I think that's big, because everyone says, this is my community. I've been here for 30 years. I have to lead by example. And the only best way to do that is to provide solutions, not only to my staff, but to my peers and to the community. So that's why.
Well, we're super.
I love the Nevada Housing Coalition.
Well, we love you. We're super thankful for your membership. And I do have one last question for you, because I know that you have a very special milestone event coming up. And would you like to share a little bit of information with us on that?
So on October 15th, we are absolutely excited to share that we have an event called Home is Where the Heart Is. We're celebrating our 30 years in serving our community. I can tell you if you can tell, we're very strategic about who we partner with and what we do and all our impacts. And so we've decided to have our event at the Blind Center of Nevada. Again, giving back to another nonprofit organization. And if you don't know about the Blind Center, all I have to say is Google them. They've been around for 50 years. Melinda, if you're watching, they are awesome. So we're having it on October 15th. It's called Home is Where the Heart Is. The theme is actually past, present, future. And so we get to celebrate our past, we celebrate our present, and we celebrate our future. So you didn't ask, but I'm going to put it out there. Here's my plug. I am looking for a couple different things for help. And Entertainment, if anybody has anybody that can help with some entertainment, and or volunteers. We're looking for entertainers. We're looking for volunteers. We get it. It's only 2.5 months away. This event was actually supposed to happen 3 years ago. Well, almost 4 years ago, pre-COVID. And it was initially called Neighborhood Block Party. And then, woohoo, our 30 year in serving our community, we said, why not just do Home is Where the Heart Is? Because home is Las Vegas. And so I'm, you know, if you go to our website, buy tickets today, they are selling out very quickly. That's all I can say, because everybody wants to celebrate 30 years. And as you know, going through what I just discussed, we've impacted so many lives, and we will continue to with your guys' help.
Yes, and we will definitely share a link to your website. We will share your email address if people want to get in touch with you. And
Yes.
yeah, it's exciting.
I'm looking
30
for
years.
volunteers, guys, especially for the day of. So if you're interested in to volunteer, I will say reach out today.
Well, is there anything else before we close out that you would like to share with us?
No, that's it. Again, thank you so much, the Nevada Housing Coalition, for allowing neighborhood housing services to be part of your journey and ours too. But that's it.
Awesome.
Have a great day. Have
Yes.
a wonderful day.
Yeah. And thank you, Michelle. We're super excited to be partners with you and just to see everything that you are doing and have done here in Southern Nevada for our community.
Thanks. And just know I've got to give a shouts out. I would not be successful if it wasn't for my awesome team. You know, I mentioned it earlier today. We do this collectively with less than 15 people. My success is only good because of the great backbone that I have, which is my team. And they know who they are. I'm not going to give you a shout out.